Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is by common sense. I try to keep it down under the nitty-gritty, under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, I'm very boy. Because everything I say, I say, is, boy. And I'm boy, the liberals, libertarians, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca. Listen, discretion is advised. Okay? People who love escapism, people who basically use drugs as a form of a tool to help them with their lives. Okay, most of this is not for you or the masses of asses. Listeners' discretion is advised. This is your friendly neighborhood Schizologist. Okay, I hope you like my art posts and shit. You know, I'm trying to sound cringy and shit before I begin my conversation on my fucking YouTube and shit. And I'm on Facebook as well. So you know how to follow me and read in the description box. I'm trying to get as many people who have a low attention span on, the low bloods, the individuals who don't really have the intellectual gene. Okay, so these videos, don't listen. Because you're not going to listen, you're not going to be able to relate. All right? Okay, so let's get on with the topic today. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or roast, you put it down below. You can roast me. I love being roasted. Talk about my mold. Talk about my head. Talk about my teeth. Hold up. Ow. COVID-19. But anyway, let's get on with the topic now here. Now, okay, Today's topic will be, yes, this is obsidian stone. Okay, I think I recommend people who basically want to become more, get protected by the pseudosciences or the mystical arts or some shit like that. I like obsidian stone. Okay, I shared it on my Facebook and shit. You know, I got that bead and stuff. I saw it and then it resonated with me, and I got it from always from China or Japan. I think it came from. But anyway, this video is going to be about, okay, let me see, attention, all Jesus types, attention, all negative O types, which I am a negative O, okay, attention to all those who are woke, indigo children, starseed children, okay, anyone who feels themselves special since they were young. That is my daughter in the background crying and making noise, okay. While my wife is on the phone, which she will lose this year. I keep predicting shit for her, but she don't listen, so she'll suffer the worst outcome with my magical abilities and my Moses stick. So if you see my magic Moses stick right here, then you are surely cursed. Okay, so this is a sacred object, like the Moses stick. Okay, but if you want me to talk about it, I can talk about it. But this is mine, and she found this one in the woods and shit. This is pretty interesting. And then it's attached to me, so that's now my stick. Okay, but I don't need sticks and staffs and shit like that because my power is with my words and in my mind. Okay, all right. So let's begin on with the subject now here. Since I've been talking 3 minutes and rambling on and getting the masses of asses off again. Shoot, boop, shoot. Okay, so as I said before, attention, all you types out there. I am a negative O type. You should know this. You should know me by now. I've been on the internet for quite some years, and most of the massive asses will call me cringy or foolish or some shit, but it's intentional because I do it on purpose. So later on, when you start realizing who the fuck I am, then you know I have esoteric knowledge. You know I'm special, more special than you, motherfucker, because you believe in Jesus. You believe in religion. All right, so let's get on with the topics now here. I write down things and notes and shit, and, you know, get in touch with you, y'all people. I'm going to tell you about my past, how I knew that I had Anunnaki blood or whatever. You want to say elite blood or illuminated blood or some shit like that. When I was younger, okay, I'll tell you about my little history here. When I was like about 5, 6 years old, I started realizing how different I was because my brothers and sisters were doing different things, okay, and I didn't tend to, you know, I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. My mom's Indian, Native American, and my father is Cherokee Indian. Okay, I have a little Italian in my blood, German in my blood. I have a couple of different things. So I'm more Negroid, so you can see my Negroid features and shit like that. But as I was younger, I always learned to ask questions, to be inquisitive. And since most people and most children are not inquisitive, that is one indication that you are special. That you always ask questions with you as a child. Because 9 times out of 10, most people don't have that inquisition or questioning mind when they're young. When I was younger, I asked my mom too many questions, and I actually got popped for it. So I know my mom is not more intelligent than I am, okay, in a sense, okay. But I just asked too many questions. I asked if Jesus is real, da 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 da. If God is real, da 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 da. So I'm like, I never get my answer. I solved my own question later on in life, though, which is a great thing, right? So, in order to understand if you are negative O, I don't really care what types of blood types there are, but it says the negative O types is more charismatic and shit. I highly doubt that they're unstable creatures, okay, because I see a whole lot of videos on research about different blood types. Please understand that when I'm talking about Jesus type, I'm talking about the pure bloods, the one who knows himself quite well. I may sound arrogant when I talk like this, but there are people like me. Even in German Hitler, this Hitler discovered these genes, okay? And that's why he was basically looking only towards his type of white people. He's looking forward to raise a new awareness of different species of beings so they take over the planet. But he got taken out, okay? But other than that, let's continue on out here. I don't really care if you're negative O or really not, but I do care about compatibility with the mind here. Regardless if you have a myopic or a hypermyopic or something in between, it really doesn't matter. It's the train of thought that counts. Your intuition, your way of learning since you were young. I said since you were young. I ain't saying you learned it after the age of 30 years old. But you still got a lot more to learn, man. You still got a lot more motherfucking to learn, right? So let's get on with the subject now here. You became an indigo child at a young age. I started hearing the voice when I almost tried to chop my stepdad's head off because I suffered a lot from my mom. And my mom wasn't really a good person. My stepdad wasn't really a good person. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was a prisoner, okay? So I really got bullied on and shit. I got picked on and shit. I didn't really talk that much when I was a child. But I knew that as you're being quiet when you're younger, you tend to know more than everybody else, okay? You just keep it to yourself. You stay away from people. You become paranoid. You realize that people are very shallow and biased when it comes to judging people. They don't ask questions. They don't try to know who you are. Okay, you follow me so far? So, Jesus types were usually bullied on, okay? You have the rhesus monkey if you're a positive, okay? So plus means rhesus monkeys. I told you before, I don't get into, I love eugenetics. I'd rather study eugenetics rather than human behavior because it's an easy thing. You get this, what makes the person more teetering or catering towards something is basically the genetics itself. And always since the 1800s, they already found and discovered those things long time ago. But you know how scientific biasm comes into play, and you know how people will look at it as basically junk science or call it racism, okay, but we're just going to bypass that for right now. So when I was younger, I started hearing the voices before I almost chopped my stepdad's head off, right? So next thing you know, I didn't want to kill my dad because the voice was saying if you chop his head, and even though he did those things, okay, it's not his fault. He's going to suffer. You're going to see everyone who makes fun of me shall see their demise. And that powerful voice told me this in my head. I'm a schizoaffective, by the way. So anyone who's a schizoaffective is probably an indigo child. Anyone who's Aspergers is probably an indigo child. So let's clear that up as well. All right, okay. I've been on the internet for quite some time, but of course I don't mind being ignored. That's why I make my videos, because I make it cringy as fuck. No, it didn't. Trust me, nothing happened, guys. But anyway, let's go on here. Nazi Germany found and discovered this. Okay, my purpose in this body, as I said, I'm an observer. Okay, I came into this plane because it's entertaining as fuck. Okay, so I like to cause a little bit of chaos because of the fact that I know where my origins is at. I'm a spear. Okay, I can be anything I want. Nothing controls me on the other side, motherfuckers. Okay. And I ask too many questions. Okay, when someone asks me a question on the other side, I say, "No, you don't have no rights over my soul." Now, don't get me wrong. I don't know everything, but I'm gonna tell you this one thing for sure: if there's a possible chance that you could get sucked up somewhere and you have no control to resist that suck, that's the evil side. That's the dark side of things that I do not even want to believe in. I hope that's not true. Some people say we're trapped here and we're being regurgitated by force through a machine on the other side, like David Icke and the fucking Satellite Moon. As I told you before, lots of individuals don't believe that we live in a matrix. And as I said before, I might not be a real person to you. Okay, please understand. Have you watched The Matrix, as a matter of fact, the game? I know most of you motherfuckers. Who am I talking to when I get on this video? Who the fuck am I talking to? I'm just trying to get the attention of people who are like-minded like myself. That's it. The rest of the individuals who's watching me are probably just going to get thrown off by my superficial face and features and not listening to the words I'm saying. Or going to sleep because my face is not monotone, but you're going to go to sleep because I'm just like fucking annoying as fuck, right? So, if any low blood is actually watching me, you're going to be food. And why did I say that? Okay, you are going to be food because you're putting your energy into the vortices, the matrix, the torus, okay, into where you are attached to something in this world. I have no attachments to this world. I know what this world is about. And the only way to come about, like, to be type of people like myself is through a lot of suffering and pain. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And suffering and pain leads to becoming aware of oneself. I try to keep it simple. I'm not going to try to be technical with y'all. But most of you massive asses are food to me. Okay, so that's a good thing for me. So I don't have to worry. I'm a soul devourer. I told you this. It may sound kind of dark, but I told you this. But when you get to the other side, you go, oh, he was right all along. No, it doesn't work that way. You get one chance. Or you may be regurgitated back in the system and reincarnated because you don't like to study reincarnation, okay? Jesus was reincarnated, okay? But you don't understand the older gods. You don't understand none of that. You just believe in Jesus. It's that one little puny little God, okay? But it's okay. But let's continue on here. So attention to all you individuals who are Jesus types and Jesus bumpers, who are basically feeling themselves as Jesus rather than just believing in some sort of deity that you never saw before. When I say Jesus types, I'm talking about specifically that. Those individuals who feel more special than everybody else. Okay? You feel yourself as a deity, as God. Now, I ain't saying you're a supernatural motherfucking God. Only fools talk like that and shit. But anyway, you low bloods who are watching me, the massive asses, you basically will be food. Okay? So, David Icke talks about a lot of things I'm talking about. Zachariah Ascension, Chariot of the Gods, okay, lots of books. A Book of the Dead, the Emerald Tablets. I am the Emerald Pill King. And remember I told you this all of the time. I tell people all the time that if you want to be Emerald Pill, you can't. Because most people don't qualify, okay? Especially women, okay? But anyway, I'm not going to talk about the Emerald Pill philosophy here, okay? Because I told you, I listened to all the audio, about 2 hours worth of information. And it's really simple to me, though. Once you listen to it once, you already have the knowledge. But I'm trying to tell you right now, if you want to go to the older religions, you go way back to the Emerald Tablets. They say Emerald Tablets is the oldest, but no one never knows. Because the planet has been destroyed countless of times. Countless of fucking times. Let's continue on out here. Okay, what else is there to say? My purpose, as I see it, in this world is for the elite only. You want to call them blue bloods, purity bloods, you call it whatever the fuck you want. Because I've said this time and time again. I'm the one who probably committed this fucking canary virus. I believe I probably did. Because I suffer too much with people hearsay and shit. Especially in Ethiopia. Before this canary virus, I was in Ethiopia. You should already know I got videos of me traveling to Ethiopia and shit, talking shit in their country and shit, and how your country should come up and shit. And a lot of Ethiopians be bad at making fun of me and shit. Now the country had war. They had a war in 2015, okay? Because my voice just actually told me it's time to get out of there. I don't believe in marriage. As I said before, you can see my wife on my other videos and shit. You can see my kids. I'm a prodigy. Yeah, I'm all sorts of crazy shit. Right? I have dreams that I was going to go to Ethiopia before I even got there. I got dreams before I got my apartment and my fucking car and shit and the things I have right now before I got those things. Have you ever heard of The Secret? If you have heard of The Secret, you should watch that movie. It can help out a lot of you motherfuckers. The problem with The Secret is that it doesn't tell you how to focus in on your own individual God, your own deity self, as a God. Because you're still living in fear, so you'll just be food for me. So you'll go through a tunnel of light and shit thinking you're saved. Because you're a fool. This is a matrix, okay? I keep saying this time and time again. You came here. This is a prison planet. A prison planet means that you can't escape your body at will, right? There's many different races of flesh bags coming to this planet through alien spacecrafts and shit. But you don't want to research none of those things. You just believe in Jesus, okay? Go ahead. It's up to you. But you'll be food for me, okay? All right? So you're in the belly of the beast. You probably heard that. The belly of the beast. Right? Let's continue on here. So my message here, as in this fleshly body sack, which is just temporary. I'm a good-looking body sack, but I still am paranoid as fuck. Okay? I'm paranoid, not delusional, but that's what the arrogant cracker called me, delusional and shit. When I hear my own voices and shit, I'm like, you don't hear a voice? And then And I know they're not self-aware at all, okay? So, but other than that, I get paid for my services, okay? So, other than that, for y'all guys who are low bloods, I'm only here, I'm just making the message again. I'm only here for the elite who understands my message, who can clearly understand how they feel compared to me. I was bullied on, sure, I was locked away. I covered myself. I did all those things that special elitists do. Okay. But let's continue on out here, okay. Well, let's see, what else is there? Okay, no. Well, oh yeah, I want to make sure you understand my next on the Monday to Friday. I usually do it on Monday and Friday. My live stream, okay. You make sure you turn your notification, okay, and be a friend of mine so I can send you the link directly, okay. You'll see the link in the live feed anyway if you just turn your notifications under Martha's Knowledge 4. But what I'm going to be talking about in that stream is multiple things I have on this paper, which is going to be comedians cracking jokes versus storytellers, evil mothers and the children that hate them. I'm going to talk about how to treat pretty narcissistic girls with the clown makeup. I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of different subjects. So you be there or be square. Not fucking hard to understand. Many different things. I always run my mouth. If you join me, you get them to my stream, I'll show you Cash App, and that's my my only kind of the trade-off, okay, so when you join it, I'll show you Cash App, you talk to people why you need the money and so forth, and that's a blessing, okay. That's my only incentive, you want to say, okay. But let's continue on out here. Let me see, okay, how to tell if you're a Jesus type, O type, negative. So I just explained that to you. You are different. You just know you're an outcast to everybody. So when you start talking, people may talk to you like you ain't shit, okay? You don't know what the fuck. He's delusional. They'll say you're delusional, but you're really not, okay? You know, it don't even need to go by the blood. It's your mentality. You meant psychos. It's your psychosis, man. So if you've been bullied most of your life, and you've been always called delusional, and you've been only the single one that had the only abstract voice in the crowd, okay? And you be saying stuff mystical and shit. You try to keep yourself simple. You try to keep yourself holy and clean, different from the rest. Remember, you are probably part of that Jesus type. You're a pretty powerful figure, and you need to get in touch with me immediately, ASAP. So we can talk about our life's journeys and shit, and our experiences and shit. Trust me, you're going to need to protect yourself. Me, I don't really worry about protection too much because I have some backup. I got some weaponry, some mystical weaponry. Like what I'm doing right now, this canary virus is working wonders for me because my wife tried to screw me over and I told her you shouldn't do that to me because I'm the Godhead and she don't understand it. She saw a lot of my miraculous powers in Ethiopia, like lights being built. I said, I need some lights being built. House fall down and this guy named Testify because he didn't build my ground the correct way and I overpaid him, so he tried to rob me. Lots of things I did overseas by word of mouth, but she ain't gonna acknowledge it, okay? She's fearful of me. I don't mind if people believe in Jesus, okay, you know, but if you want to be food for me, okay, you know what I'm saying, at least respect me. At least respect me, because it's very important to respect the Jesus types, the negative O's, the Indigo children, the star seeds, the fucking Aspergers and shit. You don't respect them, the world tends to suffer. So this COVID-19 could be a message to the people of the world who are a majority of the positives and shit, who basically has the rhesus monkey, because monkeys are they're intelligent animals, but humans should not be like fucking monkeys, okay? You know what I'm saying? You know, when you try to tell someone constructively that religion is folly and they still looking at religion as their only hope and shit, you know, it's kind of a form of retardation. Then they don't hear a voice, then they become an NPC player. I digress here. So, you protect yourself by being paranoid. Now, I talked about being paranoid a long time ago, and many times I say it's wise to be paranoid. Focus on yourself. Don't focus on your daughters. Don't focus on your sons. Don't focus on your wives. Don't focus on your cars. Don't focus on your toys. Don't focus on the material aspect of this plane. I know it can be kind of pretty lonely, but it's worth it. Because I was lonely for pretty much like 22 years of my life and shit, being lonely. Then I just happened to say, I don't want no relationships. And the only thing I need is get a personality and a strap-on. That's all I need is a personality and a strap-on. And I was smooth selling home. My rent was being paid here and there and shit. Until one day I got a message from my premonitions telling me I'm going to Ethiopia. And I didn't believe that shit. Okay, for 5 years, I met my wife online and shit. She got in touch with me and shit. So I didn't believe it was true that she was going to possibly be a virgin. Because I only talk to virgins because I'm no simp and shit. Because you know how special I am. But let's continue on here. The body, okay, can be anything. All right, but it's your mind that really counts. Okay, you got to be careful to protect your body. Okay, so you can teach and keep talking just like the way I do. Okay, I'm not supposed to be on here. Illuminated ones is probably looking at me like, you better be careful before one of them nutcase plus people, them low bloods attack your ass. See, death to me is rebirth. So it's like, I'm like the Avatar motherfucker. I be telling you, kill me and you suffer me. You suffering your whole generation. There's a lot of individuals in this world who suffer in family generational curses because they fuck with Jesus types. Rasputin, Jonah the Ark and shit, Abraham Lincoln and shit, Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, y'all just fucking yourself. But you keep it up, but it's okay. But let's continue on out here. If you want to know if you are the elitist, let me ask you 3 questions. The first question is, do you feel yourself as God? That's a very important question. If you said, no, I don't feel myself as God, you are not part of the elitist. You are not part of the elitist. If I said, do you believe in any religion? Okay, some shit like that. Do you believe in any form of religion? You are not a part of the elitist, okay? And if you have no constructive thought, when I ask you these questions, okay, 1 + 1 the universal language of it's math, the universal language of the law, and you say some stupid shit like most arrogant draconian crackers be saying, yeah, mathematics is the universe, and then you are a closed-minded fool. You're a buffoon. It's just 3 simple questions. But a lot of people fail those questions because you don't know shit on the other side. You're making assumptions. We all came here for a journey. We all came here for a new, different type of entertainment. We came here to learn what suffering, sorrow, and grief and torment is. We have to learn those things so we can mature our soul, so we can move to the next level, right? So you can't leave your body. There's aliens and shit and lizards and shit. And Anunnaki got his own planet full of gold and shit. And then when they come back and they don't have their gold, the Anunnaki gonna be mad at the cracker because I'm in this body. I hope I'm not a sacrificial piece and shit. I respect all deities, okay, including the devil. I don't know. This is a physical plane. What do you think it's like on the other side? What do you think it's like on the other side? It's pure perfection, or could be to you pure chaos. But I'm trying to tell you right now, if you ain't got no proof to back nothing up, shut the fuck up. But your belief system is more important than every motherfucking thing, because your belief system, when you die with that belief system, you have to think of the probabilities and possibilities that you could be trapped. You got to think of the possibilities and probabilities that you can change yourself. It's a possibility and probability that you could be a demiurge when you came in your next life. You could be all those different types of things, but it depends on where you put that energy at. Are you really attached that much to come right back here? Do you want to come back here? Do you want this planet to be destroyed? It's a beautiful nightmarish world. It's the 7th planet, okay? What do you think about that? The 3rd planet from the sun. We don't need to worry about numbers. The more powerful you are, the more simple you become. There's nothing complex about being an elite. Nothing complex about being an elite. You don't have to get too technical about it. It's the way you feel, right? But let's continue on out here. Let's see, okay? If you're religious, you are not an elitist, okay? You're a follower, you are not an elitist, okay? If you're trying to use math as a solution to anything you say that's a solution to all, you are not an elitist, okay? In 2020, this year will basically be the year of true change. There may be a second wave of calamity coming because I still see too many motherfuckers with their heads cut off everywhere. So what the fuck am I supposed to do? I'm going to sit back and watch and shit, right? I'm just hoping to God that basically their gods will help them, right? But they don't read the Bible, motherfuckers. They don't understand the goddamn Bible. They're just in their euphoric state saying, hoopala hala, hookana, especially the women. Oh my fucking God, y'all women gonna get it. Y'all the ones who rolling in the fucking world indirectly and directly. Like you a whore and shit. You think you creating peace by being a whore, by giving your pussy to the wrong person? I'm a master at that shit, okay? But anyway, I shall cause great calamity upon the earth. And who's saying that? Me. Because I'm God, right? How many people are saying that shit on the internet? Not many. Nobody. As a matter of fact, nobody can talk like me. That's impossible, motherfucker. You're out of your goddamn mind and shit. And please understand, if you ever hear someone saying negative O types, it's only these type of races or species, or they have myopia or hypermyopia or some shit, like, don't listen to that shit. Okay? People can have the God complex in their head as themselves just by the way they think. It's all on how you think. Are you using your left hemisphere of your brain, or are you using the right? And you know automatically what path to take by using common sense, which most people don't have, correct? Okay, yeah. Most people don't have fucking common sense, though. Alright, okay. So what else is there to say about these individuals here? If you're a woke type, you should just understand that this is the year of change. Okay? Like me, I just got my own apartment now. I'm gonna be starting a studio and shit, and I might get enough money, so basically you got me a background and shit, and I may blow up. Okay, like this guy named Donovan Sharpio. Okay, but I'm not really interested in being popular. See, that's the whole catch-22 thing there. If you're an elitist, you're not really supposed to be on there like myself and shit. But I'm trying to find and bob and wave my way through the masses to find the elitists out there who basically understand my train of thought. Okay, who feel powerful enough to not fear me enough. Okay, there's people who actually fear me. Okay, there's people, I talk to hundreds of individuals, and a few of them try to show their face to me, but they don't realize how powerful and magical I am. So they get mad, and I tell them, why are you mad at me? Because you can't handle the internet, okay, motherfucker. You tried to be a troll to me by disrespecting what I said, okay, and then you got disrespected and shit. And I'm like, what's the problem with battling word by word? You want to come out here and try to whip my ass or shoot me with a sniper or some shit? Are you out of your fucking mind? But anyway, I'm going to keep this down in half an hour. So attention to you all, you O types. Attention to all you Indigo children, starseeds, Aspergers individuals. You know how to find me, okay? I'm on Martheus, Mario Martheus Evans, and also I'm also a Mandel Evans, and I have a couple other sites. You know how to find me, but I don't make it like a big thing that you have to find me, okay? But the elitists will find me, okay? And we will have discussions and talks like no other fucking low bloods, okay? Or basically food, okay? Because you don't talk to your food, okay? You don't play with your food. That's just the reason why I don't really... My videos are listeners' discretion. These advice because I'm cringy. I'm cringy to the masses. Cringy to the masses. But that's what I'm trying to make my message for. It's only for the elite, so you can communicate with me. So, since my videos have been watched over 300,000 views, I don't really care too much for subscribers. I'm telling you, I'm also doing gaming too, and I'm on Twitch under X. Just look at the description box, and I'm also on Mixer as well, which I will only do, okay? I do counseling services, so get in touch with me. I am very kind, unless you sound childish, okay? Because a lot of people, when I say the word childish to them, because they're not really being constructive or critical thinkers. I told you before, most religious people are not critical thinkers. Let's just cut straight through it. When you tell them some facts, they don't look at the facts. They just care about how they feel and how fearful they get, and you don't want to waste your time. Right now, I'm talking at least about 5 to 6 motherfuckers who are just like childlike minds and shit. They live in different countries. I talk to individuals in Kenya, Jamaica, Barbados, the UK, Canada and shit. I talk to pedos. I talk to fucking people who are homosexuals. I talk to all sorts of people under the rainbow and shit. And I try to tell them, don't get distracted by things, but they don't. Some of them just still have that childlike mentality. They have a fear. False evidence appearing fucking real, okay? And when you show them, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make a motherfucking drink. Right? Okay, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make a motherfucking drink. So on Monday, I'll be talking about those topics I talked about earlier. And I'm just doing this video as a shout out call again, because I think I made the video before about Jesus types. As I said before, I'm going to repeat myself over and over again. And the Spirit has told me to do this because I also saw this lady to say, hey, talk as much as possible, but be careful and do not expose yourself. I expose myself because I get bored, and plus we under quarantine. I can't go outside right now because it's not warm enough. I'm usually playing basketball for 3 hours and 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours a day, making my hook shot like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yes, you're all food. Most of you are food. And I'm sorry to say, there's nothing you really can't do about it. So I try to take the hope out. I don't want you to find the way out, okay? Just keep believing in Jesus, motherfuckers. You're going to go through a tunnel of light. This is how it works. This is what the people who are just caught up in their attachments to the planet and shit. People trying to talk to me about Jesus, but I said, I'm Jesus, so how does that make any fucking sense, motherfucker? So you go through a tunnel, and these beings are going to talk to you, or you may see a presence that's going to judge your soul. How is a being going to judge your soul when you're the one who came here? If that being puts you here, see, that's called constructive thinking. If God puts you here, why would he put you in the world to where you lose your mind, right? And you're being recycled over and over again. Okay, think about that, because maybe you did something on the other side. Did you read the Bible clearly? It says that the fallen angels, we are all the fallen angels. It's a possibility. But if you can't constructively think why you're here on this planet, then you're a fool, okay? You're not supposed to worship anything. No true God wants worship. It only wants respect, okay? And the reasons why the older gods that you read in the stories and shit left the planet is because they got bored. Okay? They want to go to somewhere else. Okay, what's wrong with that? Okay, you can have your own planet too. Do you put limitations on God's power? Are you telling me that God can't give you your own world? Okay, you don't need to answer to nobody if you're special and you're elite. Okay, understand this. And I do want to talk about very much clearly about how to raise your kids, because a lot of people aren't very suited to be parents, okay, and my terminology and shit is kind of fucked up. But other than that, let me get the hell off of here. It's been 30 minutes. Okay, I love you all, but I hate the many of you. Attention, all negative O types, Jesus types. Come to me. Welcome. Help me build myself up. Build my studio for me. You elite, beautiful people of all the earth, okay? No matter what color, race, or creed, okay? Peace and love to brothers and sisters in light and dark. Welcome to my page, and you have a nice day. You know how to donate to my cause. Okay, I do not accept large donations over $500. I do not accept large donations over $500. And from those few elite that live in this world who are the negative fucking or whatever Jesus types you are, please understand, we all have to come together to communicate on how to help one another out. Okay, in my past, I was ex-Giglioer. Okay, I was a beta alpha, and now I'm an alpha. So we all go through our proceedings and shit. I've never touched a fucking used vagina in my fucking life, okay? But I could be lying, okay? If I'm lying, I'm dying. Welcome, motherfucker. Welcome. But anyway, okay. My wife is okay. My kids is okay. And those who do follow me, thank you very much, okay? Thank you very much for asking questions to the people who are in the comment section. I answered all my questions from Montheus Knowledge 1 to 3 and the new one now 4. If you want to think that I haven't traveled to Ethiopia, or I do not have my own porn, or you think I'm talking nonsense, you just ask me in my inbox. Peace.